Robert Redford, one of the most influential figures in American cinema, has died at the age of 89. His publicist, Cindy Berger, confirmed that he passed away on September 16, 2025, at his home in Sundance, Utah. He was surrounded by his loved ones in the place he cherished most. The family's statement asked for privacy as they mourned his loss. With his death, Hollywood and the wider cultural world lost not only a celebrated actor but also an Oscar-winning director, a champion of independent film, and a lifelong environmental activist. Born Charles Robert Redford Jr. in Santa Monica, California in 1936, he grew up in a working-class family. His father worked long hours as both a milkman and later an accountant, leaving little time for bonding. His childhood was shaped by frequent hours in the local library, where he developed a fascination for mythology and storytelling. Despite his curiosity, Redford admitted he was not a model student. He was restless, more drawn to art, sports, and adventure than to the classroom. He earned a baseball scholarship to the University of Colorado in 1955, but his life soon took a dramatic turn when his mother died unexpectedly at the age of just 39. Struggling with grief, Redford turned to drinking and eventually lost his scholarship. After leaving university, he worked briefly as a roustabout for Standard Oil to save money before traveling to Europe to study art. His years abroad gave him exposure to different cultures, and though he lived simply, he valued the independence and discovery. Returning to the United States, he decided to pursue acting and enrolled at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts in New York. At first, he felt out of place and unsure of himself, but encouragement from a teacher convinced him to stay. By the late 1950s, he had begun landing small television roles, including an appearance on Perry Mason. His major break came in 1963 when he starred in Neil Simon's Broadway play Barefoot in the Park opposite Elizabeth Ashley. The performance brought him recognition, and when the play was adapted for film, he reprised the role alongside Jane Fonda. This success paved the way for his transition into Hollywood, where he quickly established himself as a leading man. Redford's true rise to international fame began with Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid in 1969. Starring alongside Paul Newman, he delivered a performance that became a cultural landmark of the era. The chemistry between Redford and Newman was undeniable, and they reunited in The Sting in 1973, which went on to win the Academy Award for Best Picture. Throughout the 1970s, Redford starred in some of the decade's defining films, including The Way We Were with Barbra Streisand, The Great Gatsby, and All the President's Men, where he portrayed journalist Bob Woodward during the Watergate scandal. Though he became one of Hollywood's most bankable stars, Redford often felt constrained by his image as a handsome leading man. He was determined to expand his creative horizons and gain more control over the stories he told. This ambition led him to directing. In 1980, he made his directorial debut with Ordinary People, a powerful family drama that won the Academy Award for Best Picture and earned him the Oscar for Best Director. His directing career continued with acclaimed works such as A River Runs Through It in 1992, Quiz Show in 1994, and The Horse Whisperer in 1998. Beyond his personal career, Redford made perhaps his greatest contribution to the world of film by founding the Sundance Institute in 1981. The institute became a haven for independent filmmakers and led to the creation of the Sundance Film Festival. Over the years, Sundance grew into the premier platform for independent cinema in the United States, launching the careers of directors such as Steven Soderbergh, Quentin Tarantino, and Ryan Coogler. Redford's vision gave new voices an opportunity to challenge the mainstream and brought international recognition to films that might otherwise never have been made. Alongside his work in film, Redford devoted much of his life to environmental activism. After purchasing land in Utah in 1961, he became deeply invested in preserving its natural beauty. He used his platform to raise awareness about conservation, climate change, and the protection of natural resources. Even in his later years, he remained outspoken, writing in 2020 about the lack of focus on climate issues during a time when wildfires were devastating the western United States. Redford's personal life was marked by both joy and tragedy. He married historian Lola Van Wagenen in 1958, and together they had 4 children. Their first child, Scott, died of sudden infant death syndrome just months after birth. They went on to have 3 more children, Shauna, David, and Amy. His son, David, who followed in his father's footsteps as a filmmaker and activist, died of cancer in 2020 at the age of 58. The loss deeply affected Redford, but he continued to speak of the importance of family and resilience. Even as he aged, Redford did not step away from the screen. In 2017, he reunited with Jane Fonda in the Netflix film Our Souls at Night. The following year, he starred in The Old Man and the Gun at the age of 82, which he suggested might be his final acting role. Despite this, he resisted the idea of retirement, saying in interviews that retirement meant quitting, and he preferred to keep living life as fully as possible. Throughout his career, Robert Redford was honored with numerous awards, including an honorary Oscar in 2002 for his contributions to cinema and independent filmmaking. He was respected not only for his achievements on screen, but also for his unwavering support of creativity, innovation, and environmental stewardship. His death at 89 marks the end of an era, but his legacy continues in the films he made, the festival he built, and the causes he championed. Robert Redford will be remembered as a man who used his success to create opportunities for others, who valued authenticity over glamour, and who believed in the power of storytelling to shape culture. From his unforgettable performances to his groundbreaking work behind the camera, and from his passion for the natural world to his role in shaping independent film, his impact will endure for generations. Robert Redford is gone, but his story, his films, and his vision for both cinema and the environment remain. His passing is a moment of reflection on a life fully lived and on the contributions of a man whose influence reached far beyond Hollywood.